Hey friends, I'm going to walk you through the process to create your papel picado frame using the Forever Petals by V SVG file. This project will only be available for purchase in my Etsy shop until October 16th, 2022. Your first step is to access Cricut Design Space, whether that is the Cricut app or Cricut Design Space via your laptop or desktop computer. You want to create a new project and have a blank canvas. Use the upload feature to add a new file from your device into Cricut Design Space. So you are going to search the image, the Papel Picado SVG. You're going to get the prepare to upload screen, which is only going to give you the option to save it as a cut file, name it, and then go ahead and add it into Cricut Design Space. All of the layers are going to be attached into one project. But when you send it over to be cut, Cricut will know to separate each individual layer by color, so that way they're not all on the same mat. Now you can resize to whichever size that you want. Now, if you want to size them individually just to ensure you're getting all the same size, you can simply ungroup the image and then each individual layer will be separated. Now I am resizing here to 7 inches tall. Now the width will automatically adjust to the proportion of the actual papel picado image. I don't recommend resizing the frames to anything smaller than 4.75 inches. This is just to ensure that Cricut can cut out the small detail within each of the layers. Once you're happy with the size that you chose, go ahead and send it over to your Cricut machine. Now, before I send it to be cut, I like to rearrange the layers so that way they're cutting in order from the base back layer all the way to the top layer. Now I'm starting out with the black piece. This is just going to be the very back of your papel picado frame. You're not going to actually see that color. It's just for added support. This yellow piece is going to be the detail color of the leaves as well as the base of the frame, like the inside of the frame. Now, when you're removing your cardstock, of course I'm using 65-pound cardstock. When you remove it from your Cricut mat, I like to fold the mat in half, but don't crease the mat because it will snap in half. I just hold the two opposite ends together so that way the cardstock will naturally lift on its own and then you can just gently peel them off. Also, you don't have to choose the color cardstock that I'm using or the colors that are reflected on the SVG. You can pick whatever colors you choose. Now, I do have a guide that's included within your purchase just to show you a quick little visual of the layers and what order they go in. And finally, we get into assembling the papel picado frame. I'm using a combination of craft glue with Bearly Arts as well as the foam adhesive strips from scrapbook.com. They are 1/8 of an inch thick. You don't need foam strips to create this project, but just know if you don't, you're not going to get that 3-dimensional look. It'll still be great for your ofrenda and adding a family photo within there, but you just won't have that 3D look. So if you can, use the foam strips. So the first 2 layers, the yellow solid and the black back base, are going to be attached with the Bearly Arts glue. Now, our next layer, which is the blue, which is layer 3, we're simply adding the strips to the back of this layer. And we want to make sure when we're adding them that the strips are not going to peek through any of those cutout marks, okay? We don't want to flip this over and then we have our adhesive foam showing on the other side. So you're just going to put the pieces wherever you think they should go. Any really large spaces, you want to go ahead and just add a piece because you don't want your cardstock to start to sink in because it's not lifted in a certain area. So you're going to use more foam on the beginning layers versus the end layers because you're going to run out of space on where you can put these foam strips. Then simply take off the backing and you're going to begin to layer these one by one. I like to start by taking those little scallops at the bottom and aligning them, and then I simply let the cardstock fall back, and then I just press down to ensure that those foam adhesives are secure. I'm really trying to get through this voiceover, guys. So you're just going to continue through the process I'll be sure to link the information for the foam strips from scrapbook.com for those that are interested in purchasing those. They work really well. So you're just going to continue this process for all of the layers. Just make sure that you're putting the adhesive on the back side. If you noticed at the beginning when we started this part of the tutorial, I flipped all of the layers upside down on the left, so that way I can just simply move it over and I know that's the back side, and then add the adhesive and then attach, of course, to the previous layers. So as you can see, you ran out of space. These 1/8 of an inch strips are thin enough for the borders of each of the layers. But again, just be careful when placing so that way that foam doesn't show through on the front side. And then we're getting down to our final layer, and just do your best to fit wherever you think these little strips can go. Again, you're not going to be able to put as much on this very top layer because we are running out of space and we have a lot of open cutouts. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all found this video helpful. Thank you to everyone who has purchased the Papel Picado frame. I cannot wait to see all of your amazing projects. And thank you for your continued support. Don't forget, you can purchase the image and the SVG file until October 16, 2022. But after that, you won't be able to access it any longer. So thank you so much. Let me know what you think of this project, and I will see you guys next time.